One of the hardest things about painful relationships is this. Sometimes they did not begin painfully. Welcome back to my story. I am Comfort Konfor, and this series is a reflective journey through healing, faith, motherhood, survival, rebuilding, and understanding life differently after difficult experiences. A lot of my healing journey was captured in my first book, Rise Above All Odds. And my upcoming book shares even more from a place of deeper healing, emotional clarity, reflection, and structure. Because healing changes the way you tell the story. And today I want to talk about something many people struggle to explain honestly. This is how love can slowly change over time. When I met my husband, we genuinely shared friendship, not just performance, not pretending, but real friendship. We laughed together. We spent time together. We went shopping together. We joked together. Everybody who knew us knew we were very close. And honestly, those memories still matter to me. Because healing does not require pretending good memories never existed. That would not be truthful. There were memories and moments of kindness, moments of warmth, moments where family life genuinely felt beautiful. The children experienced those moments too. And I think this is important because many people assume difficult relationships are difficult every single day. But many times, the painful moments and the beautiful moments coexist together for a long time. And that is part of what creates emotional confusion. Because every time difficult behavior appeared, the good moment gave me hope again. I believed things would stabilize. I thought difficult seasons would pass. I believed maturity, prayer, family life, and time would eventually improve things. And honestly, many women think this way, especially women who genuinely value family deeply. But over time, something slowly began changing. The warmth became less consistent. The emotional closeness became less stable. The tension became more frequent. And one thing I have learned through healing is this. Sometimes relationships do not collapse suddenly. Sometimes they slowly deteriorate while people keep hoping things will improve. And because the changes happen gradually, you keep adjusting to things you would once have recognized immediately as unhealthy. You normalize emotional distance, you normalize tension, you normalize sadness, you normalize surviving emotionally instead of living peacefully. And because there are still occasional good moments, you keep holding on to hope. One of the most painful parts for me emotionally was realizing that I was grieving someone who was still physically present. The friendship was changing, the emotional safety was changing, the atmosphere within the home was changing. And yet, I still kept hoping for restoration because love was still there, history was still there, children were there, memories were there. And honestly, many people stay longer than they should, not because they enjoy suffering, but because they remember who the person once was. That is a very painful emotional place to live in. Excuse me, especially when the beautiful moments become fewer over time. And one thing healing taught me is hope is beautiful, but hope without honesty can also keep people trapped in harmful situations for too long. That does not mean people should stop believing in healing, but it does mean emotional patterns should not be ignored simply because beautiful moments still exist occasionally. And maybe someone listening today needs to hear this. Acknowledging painful patterns does not erase the good memories. No. And remembering good memories does not erase the harm. Both can exist at the same time. And healing often begins when we finally allow ourselves to see both honestly. Check out Begin Again Woman every Monday. This series helps women rebuild intentionally with confidence and clarity. Boardroom with God comes every Wednesday, and this offers spiritual encouragement and emotional grounding. My story every Friday, and this platform shares reflexive conversations on healing, relationships, motherhood, faith, and rebuilding after difficult experiences. Follow the journey on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. And finally, I leave you with this. Not every painful story begins painfully. Sometimes it changes slowly while hope is still trying to do everything and put everything together.